Hey guys, Happy New Year. So I finally returned from the abyss of life and I come bearing a gift. A sketchbook tour time. Been a while since I finished the sketchbook. I finished it back in mid-December. So finally getting around to it. But I will show you all the sketches and art that I've done. I started to pour everything into it all my time. If I was doing nothing, I was sketching, throwing doodles or whatever in here, just practicing. But this sketchbook actually goes all the way back to 2023. I've been working on this sketchbook with basically no deadline for the past 2 years. I just didn't want to put a restraint on myself. I know myself, and I don't like deadlines. And even if it's a year or I have a long time to work on it, I just don't like it. I prefer to work at my own pace, and I'm very much a slow artist because I'm just trying to get into the hang of things. So, just a little background on this sketchbook because I know it's been a while since I made my first sketchbook. This sketchbook was originally supposed to be just games and mangas, manhwas, donghwas, all that stuff, things that I've enjoyed throughout the year or years. But I broke my own rule and just started to sketch basically anything and everything that I wanted to. Um, the second half of the sketchbook that I'll show you shows my progression for starting from late 2024 and all of last year. If you are curious about my sketchbook, it is the 8x11 Talons art creation sketchbook. It's pretty affordable. It's it is not multimedia. It's just a regular sketchbook. Although I did try to use a lot of different material and media in it. And the stickers on my sketchbook, I will list them now. Also, a small disclaimer. I know in my last sketchbook tour video, I said I was going to go back and work on old sketches and all that stuff. I didn't do it. A lot of things happened. My significant other, my husband, was in a motorcycle accident, so I focused everything on just making sure he recovers. But he's okay now. But yeah, let's get right into it. Okay. First page of the second half of the sketchbook. This is Hiromi from Jujutsu Kaisen. Basically, I had skipped ahead some chapters. Spoilers. Um, After the death of Nanamin, and I wondered if it was worth continuing, and I came across him. I was basically awestruck. I liked his character. I liked his character design, especially from his very strong nose stylization. Um, there's not a lot of anime characters with such distinct nose bridges like Hiromi. Um, I don't know much about Hiromi, but I saw from like just the gist of skipping ahead and stuff like that like he might be a lawyer, an executioner or something like that. But I thought about Ace Attorney and I wanted to draw him like Phoenix Wright here. This is just a random spread of Ranma from Ranma 1.5. Um, I just started watching the remake, and I wanted to practice drawing bodies and how muscles look, and I thought Ranma would fit in very well with it, just because he does a lot of different martial arts. So yeah. This is Calcharo. I think that's how you say it. I don't know how to say his name. But he's from Wuthering Waves. He was my main when I was playing it. I haven't played it in a while, so, but I thought his character design was really interesting, very cool. This is basically unfinished, and because I kind of got a little frustrated because I couldn't get his body right. Um, he has a big head and a little body. I have been trying to work on my proportion sizes, so yeah. And this is my warm ups and my gesture drawings, and trying to draw muscles, figures, and as you can see, I still am trying to get out of the habit of big head and little body, and yeah. For these gesture drawings, I kind of look up on Pinterest mostly. I kind of look up acrobatic poses, because I think that it shows more of how the body can twist and turn, and flexibility. So, this is my game of the year for 2024. These are just games that I enjoyed a lot. Um, I know a lot of people probably didn't like Atomic Heart, but I liked it. I like games kind of like Atomic Heart. Um, you should give it a try. It's probably not for everyone, but I liked it. I really liked it. The twins, and I liked it. P3. He was funny. Nora as like this robot fridge like killer machine. She's funny. Another game I enjoyed that year was Kunitsugami. My husband introduced me to this game. I've never played Okami, but he also recommended Okami, so I will probably give that a try too. As soon as I finish Kunitsugami, I probably should start with it first, but I like the art and the aesthetic of Kunitsugami. And then, of course, there's Hades too. This was around the time where it was still in beta mode, so there was a lot of things missing, um, or not missing, but characters unfinished. But I thoroughly still enjoyed playing the beta and the early access modes. I forgot to color in her eyes, but you get the picture. I left this page blank just because ink spilled through. Like I said, this sketchbook is not good with other media. Pen, good. Pencil, good. But markers and all that stuff, not good. Um, this is just my pen practice drawings or sketches. Uh, the next couple of pages are from Nier. My husband really likes Nier Automata, and I liked it, the game character designs, so I kind of drew them in my sketchbook. There's 2B, there's 9S, and then there's A2. I really like A2. I was watching the anime series, and it's really good. Um, I don't know much about Nier, but I love the character design of A2. And this guy is what my husband likes to call Daddy Near. I don't really know much about him, but I thought he was really cool with his mask and his hair. Um, I just wanted to draw him, basically. These are manhwas. These are manhwas that I enjoyed reading, and even if I didn't read them, I really liked the character designs. This is Mugo. I forgot where he was from, but I liked his character design because he is a snake god. I think. I think. Don't fact check me. Um, this is from Dreaming Tokebi. Um, I liked the characters in here a lot. I liked the whole traditional slash modern of the characters. This was just a random sketch. I was just trying to practice drawing bodies more. Still the same big head, little body, and I am working on that. This is from All Saint Street. Um, I randomly came across it when I was scrolling through Crunchyroll and was trying to find something to watch, and I really liked it. The cutesy, um, the cutesy neighborhood type vibes that I saw from the cover pictures. It's basically like otherworldly creatures living together in the human world, and they're trying to navigate everything. If you're bored, it is a Chinese anime. Um, you should give it a try. This is more just figure drawing, figure practices, drawing back muscles. I been trying to learn how to draw muscles. So I thought that not thought that I wanted to just learn how to find the placements, draw what I see, and work it out later on. I got a little better at not making their heads so big, so that's a plus. This is Lloyd from Spy X Family. I had just finished watching the movie and I was kind of obsessed with him, so I just drew him out. Just wanted to practice expressions also. I also drew him as the Bond that the spy that Anya likes. This is more pen practice. I did not draw in pen for like months, and this is how it turned out. And I will probably start doing that in my second sketchbook. I also just started that too, so you can, yeah. This is my OC. This is Fuelon. He's half Irish, half Southeast Asian. I have just been drawing my OCs. Um, I've just been drawing my OCs because I have a tendency to be picky at choosing what to draw and what I want to draw. So I created several OCs so that I can practice expressions, eyes, different head angles, all of that. But yeah, this is just me practicing expressions. This is just a practice of drawing semi-realism or realism. I don't know. I don't know what anything's called, but I kind of wanted to go back to my old roots. I used to draw a lot of semi-realism back in high school, which was like ancient times. Um, but yeah, yeah. I just had a character idea for a girl that I wanted to draw. This is what I came up with for her. She's not human, so there's that. This is mostly just more figure drawing, more trying to get body proportions correct. I was trying a new thing with like shading and stuff like that. I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, but yeah, I think it's more of just a stylization shading. But yeah, I got slowly better with head and body proportions. This is more OC things. I wanted to just make a small, short, funny comic strips. More OC drawings of my OC Brandon. I've been, like I said, I've just been using them to practice drawing expressions and all that stuff. This is me making notes on how to draw folds and tensions. Um, I don't really know how to draw clothes. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I've been practicing and I wanted to draw some notes, make highlights of like what I need to work on, all that stuff. Yeah, and then this is just some practice sketches of recognizing what what folds need to be used where. And these are just random sketches of Honkai, um, characters from Honkai. This is Sampo, this is Blade. You know, you know them. This is gesture drawings with a marker. I think it was a marker or a pen, but I just wanted to go back to the basics, just practice drawing figures. Um, I gave myself a time limit. I gave myself like a 1 minute time limit, 1 minute time frame to draw each figure. As and yeah, it was just mostly just practice. This is food drawing. I wanted to practice drawing foods. But I also had just recently bought these acrylic markers. And I wanted to test them out. And I thought, what better not to do, or what better to draw than food, since we have so many color options and we're limited at the same time. These two are my favorites. I don't know what happened here. A lot of the color got muddied, but I tried my best. I was trying not to use color pencils just yet to add in depth. I wanted to focus on using colors as shade and as depth to the piece itself, but it didn't turn out so good, so I'm gonna practice more pen drawings. Yeah. This is my other OC, Andrus. He's a shadow monster. He is also the uncle to Brandon, and I thought I'd draw a little family time right there. This is Grease from, I'm gonna butcher the name, Gachiak Uda. It's a new anime that came out. I think you all probably know it as the trash anime. Um, I saw Grease and I liked it. His big, bulky character and his persona, I liked his personality, so I wanted to draw him. This is Zoldo. Someone had requested this. Someone had requested me drawing him on TikTok in my style, so I drew him in my sketchbook. This is Rudo from Gachiakuda. I've been trying to draw crazy perspectives, and I tested it out with Rudo first. I thought it looked weird at first, but as I was studying Rudo's character design, it kind of didn't really matter how weird it looked because he already had such thin and lanky arms. So it kind of just looks like he's wearing like Mickey Mouse gloves. So this is basically an unfinished sketch. I wanted to draw uh, a funny piece with Rudo, Engine, and Folo, and yeah. More OC drawings, more muscle practice, more getting body proportions correct. This is just mostly random sketches, but I wanted to practice drawing birds. Um, I wanted to be able, I want to be able to draw a lot of things. Um, so I kind of started dabbling in drawing animals. More OC things. I made this whole spread of my OCs getting drunk and just relaxing and having fun. I really like how I drew the chibi heads. More expression practices with my OC Brandon, or no, not Brandon, Phelan. This is a sketch that I was I was thinking about making a piece on my two OCs, Brandon and Phelan, going demon hunting because that's what they do. Um, I the reference for this, I think you guys might know the reference that I um reference from, but if you don't, it's from Inglorious Bastard. I'll put up the photo. This was just a random sketch. I saw a guy. He was on Pinterest. He was working on woodworking, and I just wanted to draw it. It's just a quick sketch. This is my first ever big spread working like this. This took me forever because I wasn't really happy with it, and I kept trying to be as perfect as possible. Um, but it was a trend that I seen on TikTok. It was like Yapper X listener. I kind of wanted to showcase that with my OCs. Yeah. This is some practice with drawing with markers. This is my dog. He's a Shiba Inu. He's 3, going to be 4 in February. His name is Mugen, so yeah. This is another OC creation. This is my OC Elios. I was bored and I didn't know what to draw, so I wanted to draw and create a new OC. A lot of this is just me practicing how to draw muscles. This was another trend I saw on TikTok. It was using the Billie Eilish song Ocean Eyes, and I just wanted to draw it with my OCs. This is Elios again. I just drew him getting ready for the day. More Hades drawing. More Lord Moros, Zagreus, Hermes, Ares. I really like Ares' new character design. I think he looks a lot cooler in Hades too. And of course, Thanatos. This was just me goofing around sketching. I was drawing Arataki Ito for a minute, and then I don't know what happened here. This is Wilder from Elden Ring Night Rain. He is my main. This is Executor. He used to be my husband's main, but now he's playing Undertaker. But I wanted to draw Executor. I really like his character design. I love that gold, but I didn't color him in because I just wanted to keep it like a plain sketch. I drew the ginkgo leaves around him because in his character description it says he hails from somewhere that could be perceived as Japan, but countries don't exist in Elden Ring, so I wanted to capture that with him. This is the Guardian from Night Rain. He used to be my main, but just not anymore. I switched to Wilder, and I prefer playing as Wilder more. But yeah, I want to learn how to draw anthropomorphics, so I used the Guardian as a practice. But I'll talk about that in another video of why I want to draw anthropomorphics. This is Vike. I was just listening to some Elden Ring lore, and I learned about Vike, and I wanted to draw him. I tried to come up with something for his face because I wanted to show it, but I really liked his armor with the fingerprints on his armor and stuff like that. This was mostly a random sketch. I don't really know what I was drawing here, but I wanted to practice drawing sitting poses. I'm not very good at drawing sitting poses, so I just wanted to draw that. And last but not least, the last page of my sketchbook, I drew Zoro from One Piece. I saw him floating around on Instagram again, or some arts of him, and I was like, I've never drawn him. I want to draw him, so I finally sketched him out in a more semi-realism. I think that's what you would call it, anime-ish style. But yeah. And then all I always do in the back of my sketchbook is I test markers, ink, liquids, anything in the back, and try to see if it'll bleed and what it looks like on the sketchbook pages. But yeah, I usually draw like random little warm-up exercises here too. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.